Well, I can't catch a break. Now, how am I gonna fix this? Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the mountain. Well, we have had a busy one going on today already. As you can see, I got Uber here. I've already got a log on there. We have about a half a log left here to finish milling, but we've already had to move quite a few big pines this morning to be able to get to the size logs that we need for this siding that we're working on. We got a whole lot coming up next week. Uber's actually going to leave the mountain next week for a couple of days to go over to the 41.36 and get it in, guys. It's going to be a busy week next week. So the goal this week here on Come On Mountain is to get as much milled as we possibly can before Uber leaves. That way we can go ahead and start burning the siding and get as much siding as we can done on the tiny house back there. So that is the goal, but we actually got something in the mail that should make that go a lot smoother. I actually ordered a 10-pack of blades for the sawmill. I also got the super sharp ones that should make cutting through this pine a little bit easier. But before we go ahead and switch out the blades, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little time lapse of what we already did this morning, and we'll be back when we change the blade. All right, guys, now that we got everything moved and we're ready to go, let's go ahead and get started on this saw blade. Whew, I am looking forward to seeing how well this sawmill cuts with brand new blades. All right, guys, now that we got the door open, we need to loosen this bolt right here, which controls the tensioner pulley right here. So we'll loosen this up, back this off. Should loosen up the blade, and we get the old one off and put the new one in. All right, I am going to use some gloves, some actual welding gloves. I don't know where my smaller gloves are right now, but these blades are sharp. All right, let's open up the box and see what the new ones look like. They're not rusty. You do have to be very careful with these. They are spring loaded and it will get you.
You wasn't joking, spring loaded.
Yeah. And you also got to be careful that you have your teeth go in the right direction. So the teeth at the bottom are going to cut that direction because it spins like this. Well, it took a little bit of adjusting, but we got it. That new blade, definitely a little different than the other blades. Not the same length, but I think the other one was stretched out a little bit more, so we had to adjust that pulley a little bit to make sure that it was staying off the back sides here. But I think we got it. All right, we're gonna flip this log up and we're going to make a couple of cuts and see how it works.
Drop the guards on down.
Now, when I get a decent welder, I will be adding some more of these and also another clamp for the side over here that'll swivel up and clamp in. I did bring back some steel from Florida for that. I just got to get a welder that's worth its salt. Alright, all we're going to do is use the rest of this to make some stickers, because that other blade was kind of diving down into this a little bit because it was wore out. We're going to try to salvage as much as we can, just making some stickers to put in between the slabs that we're actually going to cut so it can dry out while we burn it.
adjust these.
Well, that joker right there cuts like butter. It is amazing what a new blade will do. Even though that was just probably about the width of a 1x4, because I was cutting it about 1 inch thick for the stickers, because I want these particular ones to be a little bit taller. But hey, we got some good wood out of it. It's better than just wasting it. So now we're gonna get the big log up on there and really see how this thing cuts. Well, they say that you want to be a homesteader. You want to live off grid. Well, you better get used to dealing with problems. Well, as you can see, all of the threads has worn down on the lifting mechanism for the sawmill here. It never has lifted very smooth, and it's always kind of dropped in different spots. This is an old sawmill. It's a Harbor Freight sawmill. You're definitely going to have a lot of issues. Somebody's already built a house with this thing, and it's set for a while and everything else. So you're going to have parts and pieces that are going to break. And I knew that it was only a matter of time before we had issues with the lifting mechanism, just because of how stiff it was. But now I'm going to try to fix it. As you can see, I've already took it out. Just like I was thinking, it is stripped down right here. You can kind of see where somebody's already had to fix it once. It's got some spot welds and stuff on here. And I used to actually work at a machine shop way back in the day, and I owned a steel company for about 15 years, about 12 years. I was in the steel industry for about 15. So I know it could be fixed. Whether we're gonna have to remake this whole rod right here, or hopefully that we can just kind of go ahead and re-thread it and put a smaller bolt on this, and that will get us by for a little bit longer. I've already talked to a local machine shop because I don't have the equipment here to do it myself. I don't really have a welder that's worth its salt, and I also don't have everything to re-thread it. But I'm gonna take it up to the machine shop. Hopefully I can get it fixed while it's raining for the next 3 days. Of course, it's a beautiful day and something has to happen to stop the progress. But while I'm going to the machine shop, Mike's gonna continue with burning the wood that we already got milled here. That way we can at least get some kind of production today, and it ain't a complete wasted day. All right, guys, I'll bring y'all back whenever I get to the machine shop. All right, guys, we made it to Steve's machine shop here in Paris, Arkansas. Let's see if they can help me out, and let's go ahead and check on Mike and see how it's going with burning the siding on the Homestead.
So what I'm gonna do right here is sweep off the boards to get all the sawdust off of it. That way when the fire hits the boards, it doesn't instantly flame up. We're gonna sweep this sawdust off and get that fire rolling. Let's do it.
All right, I couldn't record in there, of course, for safety reasons, but they should be able to take care of it. We're supposed to have rain for the next 3 days, and they said they should be able to get it done by the time the rain stops. So hopefully I'll be back to milling this weekend whenever we got 2 more good days before it rains again. Whew, I'm over the rain. But I seen something on the way into Paris right here that I actually want to stop and look at and show you guys. It looked pretty interesting, so stay tuned. It is the Paris Logan County Coal Miners Memorial. And check it out, guys. They got all kinds of cool machinery and stuff from the coal mining days a long time ago with this area right here. Check that out. Now that's an old belt drive system there. Pretty cool. Look at this old electric motor. I bet you this is what pulled the cable cars out of the mines. And over here we have a big old piece of coal and an old coal cart. Look at the size of that piece of coal, guys. Let me get into the picture here so you got some perspective. I love seeing old history. What even makes this even cooler is way back in the day that they was actually able to make all of this different machinery and equipment with so much less technology than what we have today. Wow, I wonder if this was for ventilation. It looks like it. Oh yeah, that right there would definitely put some air in the mines. I love learning about old history. It's the great thing about living in these little small towns like this. You never know where you're gonna find a little nugget of history at. Oh, look at that old wood burning stove. Such a cool little place. Look at this. These pieces are massive. Look at the cable on that thing. That right there looks like the stuff that they have while they're digging. All the stuff that they don't use. Old conveyor belt system. Look at this, guys. Check out this joker. This thing is massive. Well, I will have to say that that right there was worth the stop. It is pretty cool that this is just off the side of the road and you can walk around, check it out, and appreciate all of the engineering, hard work, and sacrifice that all the old timers made to build this country. It's pretty impressive. Love it. All right, let's get back to the homestead and build our own history. All right guys, made it back to the homestead. Back here with Mike. Woo. He's been out here getting it in while I've been chasing parts and fixes for the sawmill.
Man, we've been getting it in on this burning.
It's been one of those weeks, man. With the high blood pressure going on, I only got half a day in yesterday before I started getting dizzy. Mike stepped up and continued milling for me a little while. And then today we did some more milling, and then the sawmill broke. So then I had to run to town. Had to get us some gas because we got 3 days of bad rain coming here to the mountain, and we both needed gas, and we might get stuck on here for a while because Mike is not gonna risk it again, are you?
Turn around, don't drown.
But it is nice having an extra hand here on the homestead now for whenever things like this happen. And trust me guys, there's always problems whenever you're doing any projects like this, but we was able to divide and conquer today. I was able to go get the parts dropped off at the machine shop to get fixed. So hopefully by the time it gets done raining on us, the part will be ready. We can put the sawmill back together. We still got some siding done and burnt, ready to go. So now we have all of that over there. And this and this. It ain't all that we need, but it's definitely enough to get a couple of walls up just as soon as we do get some more dry days here. We're gonna go ahead and stack this up and cover it up before the rain comes tomorrow. And then I think we'll go ahead and call it a video after that. Let's get this done. All right, that didn't take too long, but of course we got the foreman out here making sure that we did it right. She made sure to walk up there and make sure everything was safe. And we got the supervisor over here, of course, supervising. But I think they're happy with it. I'm happy with it, even though that it is nowhere near what I wanted to get done in the last 2 days, the only 2 days that we had to actually have decent weather. But that's part of it out here on a homestead. You got to deal with it as it comes. But I want to thank you guys for joining me, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And make sure that you like and subscribe. We just passed 30,000 subscribers yesterday, guys. It is absolutely free to subscribe. It helps support this journey right here that we're going on. That way I can keep putting out content for you guys. So until we see each other again, guys, come on, let's go on another adventure.